It's smelling delicious. We're going to start off the session today making a Fuding Da Bai Hao. The Fuding Da Bai Hao is one of the few white teas that we brought in. So I really want everybody to be aware of some of these aged teas that we have, and this is definitely a winner. I'm going to be making it today in a Gong Fu style. So what that means is I want to have large doses of tea, and I want to have small amounts of water. I want to do pretty much flash infusions most of the time, but white teas are a little bit special. I'm going to set my temperature variable kettle for 93 degrees, and I want you to be aware of everything that I'm using here. You want to have your mise en place, which again is your scale. You have your gaiwan. You have a fair cup. This is meant for equal distribution of the extraction. Hot water, timer. And then you have cups, and you're going to be off to the races. Then step 2 is to dose. So you weigh everything. Weigh your tea, weigh your water. Number 3 is you're going to start making the tea. So when you're weighing your water, you're essentially beginning step 3. Once you've finished, you extract, pour into the cups, and you've really gone through the whole journey because you want to have multiple infusions here. You're going to get into step 4, which is clean. So we want to use a gaiwan that holds about maybe 120 mils, brimming to the top, but I'm only going to fill it 80% of the way or 75% of the way. Most Gong Fu cha you're going to rinse. I've never done that with a white tea. I just feel like trying to coax as much as I can out of it is really important to me. So I'm going to not do that today. Set my timer for 3 minutes. Shazam. And press start the moment that the water hits. So I'm going to fill to 80 grams. You want to be within about 5 grams of error. What's really unusual about this particular tea is that it is literally from the trees that are meant for making white tea. So when I'm about to drink this, if I know that I'm drinking the real deal, it's kind of like drinking a champagne that's from Champagne, France. You have a Fuding Da Bai Hao. This is where white tea was invented. This is a really nice Da Bai Hao, and it needs to come from this particular cultivar, from this particular region to qualify as a real white tea. And it's smelling delicious. Making sure that when you are brewing that you have the volatiles protected by keeping the lid on the gaiwan. And the gaiwan is just one of the most ancient brewing systems really ever. Just a simple cup with a lid on it. You tilt the lid back a little bit before you pour. You want to hold it by just touching the rim and the top. You don't want to touch the base because the base is going to be really hot. And you just hold the leaves back, let it extract into the fair cup. A lot of people preheat everything. I do understand that perspective. One thing I do like to work with is clean teaware. Preheating everything does make sure that everything is clean. I have a penchant for wanting to drink the tea not super hot. I feel like I can taste more of the beautiful flavor. Every time you put hot water into a room temperature vessel, it essentially drops 10 degrees centigrade. That's what they look like, extracted. A really nice aromatics. It smells like honey, vanilla, bit of rose, kind of herbaceous. Lovely, lovely tea. You want to have a really incredible white tea experience with something that's super legit in terms of its origin. This is a great one to try. I find that white teas are often underdosed. People will eyeball how much white tea to use, and since it's not heavily actively oxidized, you don't see a lot of density in the leaves. They're super lightweight. So the same 5 grams in a white tea versus say 5 grams in a rolled oolong, for example, completely different to the eye. But yeah, this one's going to be on sale. 2022, still tasting fantastic.